Hi everyone, I'm Jamie from Initial Washroom Hygiene, and I'm here to talk to you today about something very important, but something that isn't discussed enough. This is the accessible washroom. When we talk about accessible washrooms, very often the first thing that springs to mind is wheelchair users, but this really vital provision, the accessible washroom, is so much more than that for a whole host of visible and hidden disabilities and conditions. Now, our research has revealed that users of accessible washrooms, 25% of those are challenged on a regular basis around whether they should even be using accessible washrooms in the first place. That could be through a result of something such as Crohn's disease, for example, chronic pain, a variety of different hidden conditions that are just as important to have safe access and comfortable access into a washroom such as this one. Shockingly, it's not just a rare occurrence that happens, with 70% of the respondents actually saying that this happens on at least a monthly basis. And those challenges can be anything from disapproving looks through to nearly half of respondents actually telling us that they get challenged around, should you even be using an accessible washroom in the first place? You don't look disabled enough. Now that's clearly not okay, and we believe that that's something that needs to change. And luckily that's something that's actually backed up by our research too, with 53% of people telling us that they believe better signage on the accessible washroom is absolutely important and vital to make these areas much more easy to access, with a range of different things inside, a range of provisions, a range of dispensers, and a range of features within the accessible washroom to make that a more comfortable experience for all. Unfortunately, the story doesn't get much better when we actually go inside the washroom itself either, with a shocking 68% of our respondents saying that even a simple provision such as a hygiene bin was missing in the accessible washrooms that they went in. Legal requirements, things like the emergency code that has to be present in an accessible washroom, 40% said that that was missing. And even very simple things that you'd expect in any washroom, things like a soap dispenser. 60% of our respondents said that they'd been to accessible washrooms where there was no provision for soap to wash their hands. All of these things have a very real impact, and a real key figure here is 70% of our respondents avoid going to public places because they can't be sure that they've got the right provisions within an accessible washroom that make that a dignified and easily accessed experience. We believe that a key part to that is the signage on the accessible washroom door. Better access, better visibility to make sure that anyone that needs to use an accessible washroom absolutely knows this is the place they can go. And that's why we're launching a range of 6 new signs for the accessible washroom door. These signs will improve communication and make access easier for users of this vital service. If this is something that's of interest to you, please go to initial.co.uk for more information. At Initial Washroom Hygiene, we're on a mission to make sure that everyone has access to the provisions they need and the safe spaces they need for a dignified washroom experience. That's regardless of whether a condition is visible or hidden. Thank you.